Yeah, well, good day everyone. My name is Max, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I've just noticed sound levels are not particularly great today. Maybe they are better now. It's still far from perfect, but anyway. Yeah, so we are back cruising Missouri for one last time. We finished up yesterday in Poplar Bluff, and we are trying to find, well, a way to get to St. Joseph, ideally from Poplar Bluff. But as it seems, all contracts from Poplar Bluff are not to St. Joseph. I would suggest we go to Cape Girardeau instead and try to find if anything is there. And if not, well, then we go to the next city. Quick traveling, of course. Not going to waste an awful lot of time. Wait, let me check. Let me check. Am I playing a video right now? Yeah, that's not good. The stream playback is not good for streaming, for the stream health. But anyway, let's bring up the chat again. Yeah, nice. And well, back into the game. Right, anyway. Without further ado, we gotta find another job in the external market this time. I once again tried to find something for driving with our own trailer, but yeah, it's really limiting our choice, isn't it? St. John, not St. John. St. John is in Canada. St. Louis. Everything leads to St. Louis, but not St. Joseph. Why does St. Joseph not get any contracts? Let's try our luck in Rolla. Maybe. Or in St. Louis itself. St. Louis is a big city, so there should be something, right? Hello, Lamborghini and a Porch. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm currently trying to find a job to St. Joseph. Unfortunately, seems a bit difficult today. Not sure why. Maybe St. Joseph is a type of place where you cannot get... Oh, St. Joseph! Compactor! From St. Louis to St. Joseph. Well, I would have liked to go from Poplar Bluff all across the state, but neither Poplar Bluff nor Cape Girardeau seem to offer jobs to St. Joseph, but St. Louis does, so let's take this one. Do you want to dismiss the current trailer? Yes, we got to dismiss that. Well, this is our current lorry, or truck. A big one, and a big modern one this time. The one from the event promotion material, actually. The Freightliner Cascadia in the 2022 configuration. And yeah, from the promo material. Except for the camera mirrors. That's a mod. But anyway, I like camera mirrors so much more. At least when it comes to lorries. Not sure if I'd like those in a car. But yeah, gonna pick up that construction thingy. I've also played ETS2 in the past, and if events are coming up for ETS2, I will play that game as well, of course. There is the Nordic DLC coming up for ETS2, and maybe the, not sure if they are doing an Easter event, but yeah, there's another DLC coming up for ETS2, and when that releases, of course there will be an event, and I will be streaming that as well. Oh look, someone else with the same lorry. Almost identical. Interesting. Well, there's the Gateway Arch and the St. Louis skyline. One thing I'd wish SCS would do more is providing better media packages. I yet have to find a media package with all the logos in high resolution and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like they provide one. At least I haven't found an official one. But yeah. Heading towards Tulsa, which is in Oklahoma. Man, these camera mirrors are godsend. Also, at least in real life, they severely reduce the drag coefficient of these lorries, and yeah, reduce fuel consumption, actually. So they also have an economical use, not just for comfort and better visibility. Yeah. What I don't like, however, is are the digital dashboards. That's a horrible trend, but it's here to stay since it's cheaper to do these and it looks more modern. Also, I should get a de-esser for the stream for next time. And my lorry just had the engine cut off for some reason. That was weird. No idea why that happened. Let's see. Of course, we are coupling in cockpit view again. There's unfortunately not a backup camera. See there in the middle, there is so much space for a digital rear view mirror. But that just isn't the case, unfortunately. Which is very odd. Well, that was easy. Now 311 miles to go to St. Joseph. Yep. driving a Volvo street roller. But not in the Volvo. So yeah, I should have taken the Volvo for this one. Well, anyway. By the way, are those... yeah, there are side spoilers or whatever that is. Deflectors. Interesting. That is very interesting. Haven't noticed that. Everything to do to reduce drag coefficient. I wonder how much that is simulated in this game. If this is taken into account, like fixtures and stuff like that, if they have any effect on the drag coefficient of the truck. Shouldn't be too difficult to write this in a database. But yeah, no idea if the engine does that. It's quite a heavy load, of course. Lorry having a bit of trouble getting up all the way to 65 miles an hour. .9 miles per gallon. No idea how much that is in liters per 100 kilometers. Really no idea. Okay, 65, 66. Let's engage the cruise control and hope we are not slowing down anytime soon. Seems like we are taking the scenic route today, not over the interstate, which is nice, but usually not that good for speed and efficiency. But I actually like that. I wish there were more back roads in ATS and ETS2 too. Yeah. ATS actually has some very good scenic routes which are difficult to drive, and actually you usually can't enter with a trailer, which is a bit annoying when the sat-nav is leading you through a national park, and then you're at the boom gate, and then trailers can't enter, and then you have to find your way around that boom gate. But yeah, I think there's probably a mod for that to ignore that restriction. Again, back on a dual carriageway, and this is the Maries River. Okay, where we're going next? Staying to the right. Going north. Heading toward Jefferson City. I don't think we can, yeah, we're not passing this Prius anytime. We're not anytime, anyway. So, yeah, lorry driving is not necessarily about speed, is it? I wish this game had, would enable you to drive traffic cars. I know there's a mod for that, but, like, in a useful manner, in a purposeful manner. Like, for example, instead of just doing these truck holes, instead, for example, do courier contracts with cars and vans. No way to get around that traffic light. Yeah. Just gotta be a bit patient here and waste a lot of fuel. I could have avoided a complete stop by driving more defensively, and thinking ahead. But I didn't do that, so whatever. Already 100 miles done. Whoa. Turns out we can pass that Prius at the end. A little illegally. And yeah, maybe not. So close though. Yeah, that didn't work. I'm tailgating a little. Why is he driving so slowly? And once again, wait a minute. Double tap? No, double tap is not disabling the engine. It must be super. The trigger point when the engine is turned off by the right D-pad is set way too early. Like, difference between holding and tapping is not that great. So I end up turning off the engine. I haven't changed that yet. Amazing. And back on country roads. It's fairly interesting in ATS at least. There are not that many roads where you, single lane roads where you can pass other vehicles or are allowed to pass other vehicles. That's a rare occurrence actually. I mean, as you see, for good reason. I'm driving like an absolute maniac. You're waiting for nobody. I basically raced through this small town back there. Unfortunately, police traces are not in this game. Big and Roll has police traces. They are not very good though. And yeah, I can't think of any other truck simulator that has police chases besides the Hard Truck series, Rick and Roll of course, which is a hard truck game, and I think 18 Wheels of Steel also have very rudimentary police chases, but I don't remember. I really don't remember it, and if it was in there, it wasn't very good. But 18 Wheels of Steel is de facto a spin-off of Hard Truck anyway, so yeah, but it went in a more simulation type direction, less arcadey, and we don't get police chases, I think, because of it. Also, it would probably make licensing a lot harder. even though it would be fun. Same with the damage model. This game does not have a damage model, not even for the traffic vehicles. Not even sure if that's an engine limitation, since it has a very intricate part system and all that stuff, but rather something to do with licensing and all that stuff. But yeah, all speculations, of course. That's interesting. There is a private property, it seems, with direct access to a dual carriageway, which is just something you don't really see in Europe, at least not in Germany. They even have mailboxes there, and a private pond with a water fountain, which is really nice. But yeah, it's very interesting to see that. A 100 miles to go. We are now passing Kansas City already. Wow. Wish I could have driven from all the way from Poplar Bluff, but St. Louis is all right too. We were able to see the Gateway Art for one last time. It was nice. Of course, not necessarily for one last time. If you enjoyed ATS, I mean, I find this game super relaxing anyway, so if you want to see more ATS or ETS, feel free to request it in my Discord, which, yeah, I have a Discord, so if you want to join the Discord, feel free to do so. The link should be in the description on Twitch, in the channel description, and on YouTube in the stream description. So feel free to join in there and be part of an amazing community. Armor Road with a U even. Very interesting. I think that's the first time we are crossing this bridge. Or is it? Don't remember. Might be? St. Joseph already coming up at the signs, and we keep it to the left this time. I don't really like that that there are not really slip roads, but and acceleration lanes and stuff like that, and exit lanes, but rather that entire lanes break away. That is very interesting. Don't really see that in Germany, at least not in rural areas. Very interesting. Yeah, that's what I like ATS and ETS to like. You can drive in other countries without actually going there and learn a thing or two about driving there. Not obviously not the complete picture. For example, traffic in ETS2 and ATS is absolutely following rules very strictly, and you don't have that in in real life, of course. Last time I went to Stettin in Poland, actually, I got caught up in rush hour, and it was absolute chaos. There are many roundabouts in this city, and there was basically almost gridlock with these. Everyone seems to be going by car in that city for some reason. They do have a fairly decent and extensive tram network, though. but probably is not reaching all the way onto the outskirts, which means a lot of people are commuting into the city by car, of course. But that was absolute chaos. I wish I had a dash cam. I would have loved to share that. But yeah. In any case, you should definitely get a dash cam if you are ever driving in a foreign country. If that's legal in that country, of course. If it isn't, then better stay out of trouble. But yeah. Wish I had a dash cam back then. Boop, 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 boop. Let's not fly out of this curve here. A very normal cloverleaf intersection. Don't seem to see that that much often in ATS, at least. Doesn't seem too common. They seem to have a lot of flyover intersections in the US, which is odd. They take lots of resources to build, and if you take the wrong exit, you take the wrong exit with a flyover interchange. So yeah. Again, and also very weird exit here. It's very interesting, these type of constructions. They are not very... I mean, I kind of have a fable for that, but I wouldn't want to live near such a thing. Such an atrocity. It's an industrial area anyway, but come on. Now we have a stacked motorway in a relatively small city, as it seems. Doesn't seem like a big metropolitan area or something. Might be part of Kansas City Metro, but doesn't seem like a huge city, and it's ruining the landscape. Huh. And probably costs a lot of money to maintain. Yeah, the city doesn't seem huge at all. There's one big building, and that's quite old as well. Has some mild small town flair. Very interesting. And let's finish up our journey. There's someone taking pictures. Huh. Of what? Oh, that. I suppose that's an indicator to go into photo mode. And nope. Apparently not. That is not for photography. But there was another thing. The West Journey sculpture. Zoom in. I can't see any sculpture, but I'm gonna take a picture anyway. Photo trophy captured. West Journey sculpture, yes. Okay. Probably behind that building. Let's get back to cockpit mode. To cockpit view. Let's see, is our stream still up and running? Yes, it is. Well. And of course, where do you need it? Oh, trailer damage, come on. Did I clip something? I didn't even clip anything. Why? And yeah, that's one thing. I mean, come on, if you have camera mirrors, why not put the camera mirror up there in the middle, in the field of view? But instead all the way over there, I suppose. Not to confuse all the drivers or whatever, but I think it would be better to have it in the field of view. But that's just my humble layman opinion on this. And that's actually, that one is actually a pretty difficult park again. Always these construction sites. No good way to park. Damn it. I can't see anything. Yeah, coming in good. Or do I think I'm coming in a bit too, not shallow, but at a too narrow angle. Not narrow, but too wide of an angle. And let me check the options real quick. This camera movement is atrocious. It's absolutely not helping for maneuvering like that. Seems nice to have the camera follow steering motion, but actually it isn't, not at all. Is that under gameplay? And yes, I play like complete total noob with 100% truck stability and blah blah blah, all of that. Let's ignore that. Assistance, camera, there it is. Steering camera rotation factor. Steering camera rotation, yeah, that's what we want to turn off. Disabled, yes, also disabled. Blinker camera rotation, no, we do not want that. Physical camera movement, yes. That's alright, alright, alright. Yeah, so let's fix that now and can continue. Just like that. Parked it very carefully. Without clipping anything again, like on the last construction site. And this is exactly where a center camera mirror would come quite in handy. But we don't have that, so yeah, I gotta straighten things out again. But I'm getting better at this. I'd say, what do you say about my parking skills? Are they getting better? This time I didn't clip anything. At least not anything in the parking area. And yeah, finished that one. Got us a nice little XP boost. Not quite at level 50 yet. But yeah. Cruising Missouri complete. This one is only a short stream. For today I'm a bit exhausted. But yeah, anyway, short stream today. I hope you have enjoyed this last journey of the Cruising Missouri event in American Truck Simulator. And I hope to see you next time Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to stay tuned, stay safe, stay fly.